Testing, testing, testing. No, I'm not testing the audio or video of this recording. I'm talking about testing and how it has been in the news for 48 hours now in the cruise industry, and it will continue to be in the news. We're going to talk about testing today, maybe give you some helpful tips and tricks on testing, and we will have an update on the Carnival Glory and the Magic. Let's talk about everything right now on Island Time. A big hello to all you Islanders. It is Saturday and this is Memorial Day weekend. I hope you're having a great weekend, getting some rest, spending time with friends and family. Let's spend some time right here in the islands talking about cruise news, and the big news, as I mentioned in the intro, is testing. Man, my goodness, the CDC comes out August the 27th, they recommend testing move from 3 days, which is what Carnival Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, all of them are doing. 3 days, 72 hours to a 2-day window. Well, Carnival came out day before yesterday and said, you know what, we're going to move to that 2-day window starting on cruises after September the 13th. So now you have 48 hours or 2 days before your cruise to be tested, and that puts stress and anxiety on everybody. I am cruising for sure in October with a good friend. Maybe hopefully we'll see before then, but for sure in late October. And I'm already thinking about my testing. I live in a rural area, which can be tough to get a test, but hopefully we can share some tips and tricks right now on testing. What we see a lot of Islanders doing, they're successful at it, is they're testing for free at CVS and Walgreens. You can go to CVS and Walgreens websites and you can look up a testing center near you. I will share that just because you have a CVS or Walgreens near you doesn't mean they're offering these tests for free or at all. I have CVS and Walgreens both about 10 miles down the road, and right now they're not testing. So don't just assume that is what you're going to do. Go online. You can search to see where the closest testing center is for you. And if one is close, they're free. And they can give you, what's nice about them is they can give you a paper copy of your results, or they can give you the electronic copy, which is always nice, so you don't always have to keep up with that paper. And they're free. They are. So that is one piece of advice, is if a CVS or Walgreens is near you and can test, take advantage of that for sure. Another thing that I wanted to share regarding testing is testing in airports. This one is a little bit more risky, because if you show up at the airport to start your trip and you rely on one of these airport testing centers to do your test for you, and you fly, you've started your trip. If you test positive, well, you're out of luck. You know, you're not going to get your airfare money back when you're starting your trip. So I'll tell you a personal experience I had. I used Express Spa, okay, Express Spa. And there's others out there that have the same concept. But I was traveling through Dallas, actually, the Dallas airport, and Express Spa. I'll put their website below in the description, but it's XPRESSPA. They've been a company that's been around for a long time, and they used to offer manicures and pedicures and massages in airports. They already had airport space, but they've converted their business really to move away from that right now, because not as many people want those services, to now they're offering testing, and it's much more even than COVID, but they're offering testing. And so I use their service at the DFW airport. I got a COVID test. It was $150, but I was able to bill that. I had to pay it up front, but I was able to get a receipt. I billed it to my insurance, and I got money back. But it was a rapid test. It was a test that Carnival Cruise Line accepts. But I showed up. They have a store there just like other merchants at the airport. I got the swab and I went on my way, and in 15 minutes I got my results. It was not something that I had to have. It wasn't for a cruise. I just wanted to use it because I've heard about this company, and I knew that you islanders and cruisers need an option. And so within 15 minutes, I had an email on my phone. My results were negative. And so if I was cruising then, if I was leaving my local airport, the Little Rock airport, to go cruise, I would have been able to use that right there, and it would have been the day of, or that test would have been good for 2 days. So maybe for those of you who are flying, if you're driving, this is not going to help you. If you're flying Express, SPA, or other testing agencies and companies might be able to help you. You can check with your airport. I will tell you this, Express SPAs, they're not available in every airport. They're not available at the Little Rock Airport. They serve big markets. So if you're flying through a hub, if you're flying through Atlanta, Vegas, Charlotte, Austin, Texas, Dallas, Texas, big hubs like that, they have locations. They also have locations that are closed sometime during the week, some days of the week, but they're open other days. But I wanted to throw it out there because it may help you test and get a test while you travel. So hopefully that helps you. If you have other testing ideas and tips and tricks, leave them for the Islanders in the comments below. They will, of course, appreciate those very, very much. Let me invite you at this time, if you have not, to subscribe and become an Islander, part of our community. We share cruise news, tips, and tricks. We go live, we play games. We're close to 3,000 subscribers now in about 3.5 months, a huge accomplishment, and it's a testament to you, your love of cruising and of community. We thank you for trusting in us. Let's get to cruise news. There is some cruise news. The Carnival Glory, of course, coming into New Orleans. The maiden voyage, per se, the first trip back September the 5th was canceled. Unfortunately, everyone can understand. It's our understanding that a lot of those passengers from the September 5th cruise has gone to the Carnival Vista, which we're so glad to see. We hope they have a great trip. They've waited to cruise just like all of us have. But we're waiting to see, you know, what's the plans for the Glory. Will she be back sooner rather than later? We know that the Coast Guard is doing their inspection because the ship is coming back. Their Glory's taking on supplies, but will that September 12th sailing take place? We will see. We hope it does for all you Islanders. We really, really do. That's the update on the Glory. The Magic also, we have an update. If you follow us, you know that we had a video earlier in the week of the Magic in Ember Cove. And the situation that happened there was just crazy. The Mardi Gras was there literally beside it. Mardi Gras and the Magic for hours could not let passengers off the ship, and that's because several crew members have COVID, and the captain had to basically plea and argue at the port there. They finally let vaccinated passengers only off of the ship. They could not go to the beaches. They could not go to shore excursions. They could go spend their money in the shopping area. They could use the pool there in the main part of the port, but it was a crazy story. And so the Magic continued to sail. It's finished its that cruise, and today, of course, it has a new cruise. I will show you, or new passengers, I should say. I will show you this letter that was sent to passengers that are embarking on the Carnival Magic today. This was sent out a couple of days ago, but I do want to share it because it's interesting that Carnival is, you know, kind of getting ahead of the game, and they're sharing this communication with passengers. They don't always do this, but here's what the letter says that passengers received who are going on the Carnival Magic, the September 4th sailing. Dear Carnival Magic guest, as you prepare for your cruise this Saturday, which is today, we want to let you know that we have been managing some cases of COVID-19 amongst our crew in the Carnival Magic, identified through our monitoring and testing protocols. All cases were fully vaccinated, and most have no symptoms. The small number of cases that presented with symptoms were generally very mild. Nevertheless, per protocols, all who tested positive were placed in isolation, and their close contacts were put into quarantine. Our crew members are fully vaccinated, and per our screening protocols, we are continuously testing them, and we will continue to do so. In an abundance of caution, we will be asking all guests to wear masks indoors at all times, except, of course, when eating or drinking and while in their own stateroom. This is particularly important for anyone who is not fully vaccinated or has a health condition which may put them at higher risk of severe disease. Our crew members know to be vigilant in the following protocols, and since our guests are an extension of the Carnival family, we must ask that you be equally vigilant during your cruise. And it goes on to talk about the vaccine itself. Hopefully everyone has a mask. If not, we'll help you with that. Thank you for your cooperation. We're dedicated to your health and safety, and with your help and cooperation, we will continue to take care of each other and have an enjoyable cruise. So I thought this was interesting because this is directed to Carnival Magic guest only. It has some of the same wording in this letter that the Carnival Magic guest on the it has some of the same wording as passengers received on the August 30th cruise that had the issues in Amber Cove. But I thought this really was interesting, and you know, the staff are asking that passengers wear masks at all times indoors, which is an extension of the current masking protocols for Carnival Cruise Line. Currently, it's just in crowded areas, elevators, places where you wait. Maybe you're waiting for dinner, you're waiting to get into the comedy club, you're in the casino. You wear a mask then. But you know, this cruise in particular, it says, or it asks at least, that passengers wear masks all times indoors unless you're eating or drinking. We will keep an eye on this Carnival Magic cruise. I'm really intrigued to see, you know, are passengers walking around indoors on Lido wearing a mask? Are they walking around, you know, if you're not going into shops, you're walking from Alchemy to the theater, are you wearing a mask when you walk? If you're going on the sailing, please feel free to comment or send me a message on Facebook. I will share your experience with all the other islanders. We love to see and get updates from you on your cruise. We live vicariously through you. That's the cruise news today. We hope you're having a great Labor Day weekend. We will be back tomorrow with cruise news on Sunday and Monday as well. We will talk to you later this weekend right here on Island Time.